When was the last time that you heard your voice and you said to yourself, oh my gosh, I love my voice. I love hearing the sound of my voice. I love the way I speak. Or drop in the comments below. When was the last time you heard your voice, maybe on video, on audio, and you thought, oh, I hate my voice. I hate hearing the sound of my own voice. Who listens to their voice? In this video, I'm going to dive into how this affects high-ticket sales for women and how this affects your pricing, your packaging, your positioning, your messaging, and high-ticket sales for women. Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Asking for the Sale series in the Prosperous Womb. In the last two videos, we talked about the art of asking for the sale, the art of having high-ticket sales conversations, the art of high-ticket sales, embodying what high-ticket sales means for you in your premium coaching business. And the second video, we talked about the art of listening and how listening is the most underrated skill that supports clients to invest $1 million in your coaching business with just one offer. If you watch that video, you can see how to build the business, how to build the high-ticket sales experience that support clients to say yes to $1 million offers, 100K offers. Okay, I'm going to drop that in the description below. It's the Asking for the Sale series. In this video, I want to talk about the voice. I hate my voice. I hear this from so many women who come into the Prosperous Womb who are selling low ticket offers but would love to be selling 100K offers, $500,000 offers, or $1 million coaching offers. And when we dive deeper, we realize that the only reason that they're not selling and serving deeper with $1 million coaching offers is because they hate their voice. And what do I mean by this? Your voice doesn't just show up on audio or video, okay? Your voice shows up in your offers. It shows up how you package and price and midwife your gifts and position those gifts in that offer is your voice, okay? It speaks to the client. Your clients can literally hear your voice when they see your offer. Your voice shows up in your messaging. So when you love your voice, when you love hearing the sound of your voice, love hearing the way you speak, when you do videos and you watch the videos over and over again and you're okay with the way you sound and you love seeing yourself and hearing yourself, you say the thing that needs to be said in the messaging. You don't swallow your voice. You say the thing that needs to be said in the pricing and packaging. And why is this important for premium pricing? One of the reasons why women undercharge has nothing to do with fear and all of that. It has nothing to do with, oh, I want to be a good person, I'm holy, I'm spiritual, I'm Christian, so I don't overcharge, I'm not expensive. No, that's just BS, okay? Nobody overcharges. The reason why some women who are charging 10K are still charging 10K even though they want to sell premium is because they are hiding their voice in the pricing. Your client who is investing $1 million, your client who is investing 100K, the client who's investing 500K is looking into the world, holding the value of 500K and $1 million at $100,000, even if that money is not in their bank account. Because a premium client is not a rich client. A premium client is a client who is committed to the outcome that she wants to co-create and is willing to invest at that level because she's resourceful to co-create those funds. Okay? It has nothing to do with having money in the bank. Not everybody with money in the bank wants to get coaching or wants to create that offer. How does it affect your price? When you charge $25,000 for something that is $250,000, that woman that is willing to invest today at $250,000, that woman that you say you're speaking to, is not listening to you because for once in her life, she just wants a coach to be bold enough and confident enough and strong enough and powerful enough to ask for $250,000 so she can feel like she's stepping into a room that she's familiar with, that she's stepping into a room that she values, that respects her at the level where she is, she's stepping into a room that meets her where she is right now in her life. She was at 10K 13 years ago. She's outgrown 10K. Her bracelet is worth $200,000. Her purse is worth $10K, and you were trying to convince her and overcome objections to buy a $10K offer. She's moved past that. And not just the money. Sometimes people want to treat themselves. They want to fly first class, not because they can afford to fly first class, but because that's the experience they want today. That's what they want. And no matter how much the travel agent convinces them to buy economy or business class, they say no. I want first class, and that's where they fly. So when you're selling them that 10K offer repeatedly in your emails, repeatedly online, you keep telling them you don't deserve 250K. Don't spend that amount. Don't spend that amount. The plane that goes to Cape Town lands, whether you're in economy or first class or business class, will get there at the same time. Just spend economy. And they're like, no, I want business class or first class. Give them that. Respect them enough to meet them where they are. They outgrew that thing 5 years ago. Stop selling it to them. Go sell it to the people who want it. So don't call yourself a premium coach or high value coach if you're still selling the thing that is not high ticket. Because high ticket doesn't mean the number. It just means that's the level of experience that she thinks she deserves at this point in her life. Give that to her. She should not have to jump into 13 different funnels, and then your highest level mastermind is where she eventually has the baby. Give her the baby today. Respect her enough. But when you hit your voice, you hit the way you sound. You're not going to put that voice into your pricing and packaging because you've swallowed that voice. You have subconsciously swallowed the voice. How does it look like in your messaging when you hit your voice and you're selling? Your messaging does not sound like you. I look at my clients when they come to the Prosperous Room and I look at the messaging. I cannot find you anywhere. Everything you tell me is none of it. I cannot find you in this messaging. Where are you? Mimi, where are you? Oh my gosh, what have you done with Mimi? Where did you hide her? She swallowed her voice so it doesn't show up in the messaging. So now her messaging is a hodgepodge collection of all the different 8-figure masterminds that she's been in, and she's put them together and put it in a place, in a way where the client doesn't even see her. The client's looking for Mimi because God said Mimi has the thing for you, and Mimi is here not putting the thing out because Mimi hates her voice, so her voice can't show up because her voice is the words on the paper. So she hires some copywriting guru to write it for her, but it's not her. So the client does not recognize what you have on the paper on your website because that's not what God put in her heart. So your client's over there, and you're a weight loss coach, and the client's like, yeah, I want to lose weight, and I want to get into my skinny jeans, from high school, from my high school reunion. And you say, oh gosh, I have the 6-week program for you that's going to help you lose 20 pounds in 20 days or whatever. And the client says, no, I don't know. And you say, I'm going to overcome every price objection. Tell me what it is. Is it your husband? You need to talk to him. What is it? Is it this? Is it that? And you overcome all the objections. And the client comes in, but they don't get the outcome or the experience they want because it wasn't about the price. She didn't want to lose weight. That's a faster horse. She wanted her husband to look at her the way he did on their wedding night, with the weight or without the weight. But she came in with a horse and said, I want a faster horse. And you gave her the faster horse because you've lost your voice. How does it show up in your sales conversations? Oh, you don't do those. No. You stopped doing sales conversations when you made your first million. No, you're too good for those now. Now you Amazon Prime high ticket sales, you microwave high ticket sales and make it go faster. You don't do, no. You have the perfect script, the perfect template, and all the sales strategies that you got from that 8-figure coach who made 8 figures in 8 minutes. And you can too when you get her $4.99 funnel. Where's your voice? So look at your business. Where are you in your business? So when you say, I hate my voice or I don't like my voice, the thing that God gave you to serve the thing that he put you here for, your voice is literally your assignment. And if you say, well, Mimi, not everybody can speak. What about people who can't speak? God gave them other tools for their assignment. But if you can speak, that is one of the tools that God has assigned to you for your client. And that voice is what supposed your client to recognize herself in the offer, to remember who she is. It's that voice that's supposed her to recognize you when you show up. So she's attracted to you so that she raises her hand and asks for the sale and invites herself into the sales conversation or into your offer. But when you say, I hate my voice, you subconsciously, literally, figuratively, metaphorically, kill your voice in every area of your business. And you don't even show up for your children, your husband, for yourself. Your voice is, it's swallowed. I hate my voice. So we say it like we're joking, I don't like the sound of my voice. When I make YouTube videos, I don't even watch them. I can tell you something about myself. I never, growing up, maybe the first 30 years of my life, I did not like my voice. And I was a trial lawyer. My entire work was my voice. But when I was doing trial work, I didn't care about my voice. I didn't even notice my voice. It wasn't until I started selling that I thought, oh, I don't like the way I sound. When I listened to the Zoom calls, I was saying to my coach, that doesn't even sound like me. But I remembered something that happened when I was 10 years old. I lost my dad when I was about 10 years old. And I remember one day, my brother and I were making cassette tapes to take to his grave so that he could, so that we could be with him, I guess. We were, 10 years old. He was younger than that. And we made the cassette tapes. And then he said, let's listen to what we recorded for Dad. So I did, and I started crying. And he thought I was crying for my dad. I was, but I was crying more because I hated the sound of what it was on cassette tapes. And I thought, I can't put that on the grave. Oh my gosh, I hate my voice. Oh my God, I don't sound like that. So I never took the tapes there because I thought, there's no way anybody would want to hear that. And I remember the Holy Spirit saying to me, your dad loves you just the way you are. God gave you this voice. Use it. And from that moment on, I swallowed my voice. I wouldn't speak up. I became shy. And instead of just speaking up, saying the thing, I would hide. I wouldn't raise my hand in class unless I was called on. I muted myself. And it showed up everywhere. In my essays, in my work, in my relationships, I wasn't showing up. Where is Mimi? And I remember being in therapy one time, my therapist saying to me, Mimi, where art thou? I can't find you. Because everyone is having a different version of Mimi, but the person that God put here does not show up. But everybody else has a different relationship and version of who you're supposed to be, and that you fit yourself into what everybody says that you should be. And you've forgotten who you are. You forgot to remember. So my invitation to you today is to simply remember who you are and know that the voice God has given you, this greatest gift, amazing gift God has given you, is for his people, the ones you're here to serve, and for yourself. It's part of your John 10:10 life is abundant experience. So love yourself enough to show up in your messaging, in your offers, in your pricing, in your packaging, so that the clients you're here to serve can raise their hands to say, yes, where have you been all my life? You're speaking to me. I hear you. I can feel it in my bones. Let me know how this lands for you.